The Duchess of Cambridge got creative this afternoon as she joined participants at the Foundling Museum in a block printing workshop. Kate, 37, earlier appeared in good spirits as she arrived at the Foundling Museum, in Bloomsbury, which explores the history of the Foundling Hospital, the UK's first children's charity and first public art gallery. The Duchess was announced as patron of the institution earlier today. This morning Kate joined the Queen, 92, for a joint engagement at King's College London. This afternoon the Duchess sported the same grey Catherine Walker coat, £510 giant Vito Rossi block heels and a black mulberry clutch she wore out with the Queen, but ditched her hat to give the outfit a more informal feel. Despite the busy schedule, Kate appeared relaxed as she arrived at the museum. She was announced as its new patron earlier today. She began her visit by meeting young adults who have taken part in the museum's Tracing Our Tales program to train them up to teach creative classes to the next generation. She chatted with Rohama Pusch, 20, who is one of the major success stories of the program and now works at the museum, and asked how she had heard about the traineeship and how it had helped her. Sometimes at museums there is a feeling, particularly for young people, going into museum spaces is quite intimidating, the Duchess said. They don't know it's for them. But when you step inside and see the different programs going on, they realize, it's for them. The fact you have gone through the program, you know how it feels for youngsters coming through. That probably really helps. The Duchess was then shown a photography exhibition, Bedrooms of London by Katie Wilson, which shows the deprived, cramped, insecure conditions some children are living in Britain. One of her guides, 20-year-old Callum, has lived in 14 different homes and told her had selected a favorite photograph which featured a black bin liner because it represented his own experience of never feeling able to unpack his belongings. It's amazing considering the hardship you've gone through that you've chosen this, she said. It's so moving, it really is. Hold on in there, you're doing a great job. Kate, who has made issues affecting children and young people a cornerstone of her public work, took interest in the photos. The royal also met young people who have all been in some form of care. In a speech, she said, "I feel hugely proud to be here today to become patron of the Foundling Museum. Your work connects and celebrates two subjects that are deeply important to me, children and art. I am passionate about improving children's life chances and giving them opportunities so that they can look forward to the best possible futures, fulfill their whole potential and have the freedom to explore their creativity. I have always believed in the power of art, not only to unlock that creativity but also to bring us joy and to inspire, challenge and positively change our lives." She added, "Your museum here powerfully links these two forces for good. By weaving together moving stories of looked-after children with art and artists of all genres, you create meaningful learning experiences which will have a lasting and often transformational impact on young lives. I could not be more delighted to support such a special organization." The Duchess of Cambridge also admitted it could be quite intimidating for children and teenagers to visit institutions if they don't know it's for them, saying they only needed to step inside to find programs and exhibitions created with them in mind. The museum works with contemporary artists, writers and musicians to develop learning programs for young people. Chatting to Kate about her exhibition, Ms. Wilson said, "A lot of these people have fallen through the net." The Duchess was shown the photographs by graduates of the museum's Tracing Our Tales program, which has been developed to equip care-experienced young adults from London with the skills to devise and deliver workshops at the museum. The graduates picked out images in the gallery that particularly resonated with them and chatted to Kate about their experiences. As 20-year-old Callum, who has moved 14 times, spoke to Kate about one of the photographs, she put her hand on his arm and told him, "It's so moving." "It really is," she added. "Hold on in there." Kate also chatted to Amira Patel and Rohama Pusch, and told the three 20-year-olds, "Hats off to all of you to have the inspiration and the willpower to stick with it." In 2017, Kate visited the museum and met the first intake of Tracing Our Tales trainees. 2 years later she was meeting them again to hear how the program has helped them gain confidence and employment. In a drinks reception, accompanied by a string quintet from Chunk Orchestra, the Duchess was announced to a room full of patrons, donors and supporters as the Foundling Museum. Taking in a warm round of applause, she looked a little shy, feeling her cheeks and telling those standing near her, "I'm going to blush." In a speech, she said, "I feel hugely proud today to be here today to become patron of the Foundling Museum. Your work connects and celebrates two subjects that are deeply important to me, children and art. I could not be more delighted to support such a special organization. I look forward to working together and, as your patron, hopefully doing all I can to help your important mission in the future." Larissa Joy, chair of trustees at the Foundling Museum, said, "We are delighted and honored that Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cambridge has become patron of the Foundling Museum. We could not imagine a more perfect patron. We look forward to working with her as we fulfill our mission to inspire people to make positive impact on society through the arts." Kate, wearing the same Catherine Walker coat dress that she wore alongside the Queen earlier in the day, was announced as a patron of the Foundling Museum not long before she arrived. Caro Howell, director of the museum, said, "The Foundling Museum is thrilled and honored to receive the Duchess's patronage. Her support is a huge boost to our work transforming the lives of vulnerable young people through the arts."